On the air a little bit late. Restream was having trouble booting up. I sent a link out to Jackson. He hopefully will be here shortly. We will find out. We'll see whether or not we're getting anything on the live chat. Hi, Wolf, if anybody is in there. Okay, very, very, very super fast. He's finally left dang a bunch of creation stuff, and now he's bringing papers again, and that's not necessarily helping him any. We'll be going into a discussion of sequences on and birds of various on way back. I had some trouble in here. We'll see what we're doing. Okay, we're up at 5 out of 10. Hi, somebody's in there. Let me get my guys back. There's Alex and our Jody, Mike, and that's, yeah, okay, we're getting a little more on there. It's not where I said the thing to remember is that once I get the signal, and it's here. Like we may be back. All righty. Whoops. Burps there. And anyway, there's a on page 195 of Jeanson's book, which I'll up the screen so you can see. Oh, Jackson's already waiting, and I'll be letting him in momentarily. There's buttons to press here. And hello, Jackson.
Hello.
Woo. Yeah. Signal is weird from my end, so we'll see what happens. We've been bouncing in and out. The manage is that once everything is settled, regardless of how long the stupid broadcast goes, I can put the links in to the various papers. The thing is that Jeanson, in this chart of his that I put on screen just before putting you on there, and I'm only seeing, why am I not seeing even your little argument there? Yes, you see, I'm seeing the stuff going on, but not your other side image in here. So everything is really
it's okay.
wackaloon.
I'm not using my camera anyway.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Still, I'd like to know you're there. Anyway, Nathaniel Jeanson tries to stream again. Okay, we're still theoretically running. Slade has heard the voice of and let me get my little in my here. My other screen. Jeanson contends that, quote, the Neanderthal sequences might be too degraded to be reliable. He's in 2017, which is not exact, is his way of admitting he basically ignores all of the Neanderthal data that he doesn't want to play into. But at least he's kind of getting back.
has other things to say.
Exactly. And of course, the field was constantly expanding. So the idea that this was unreliable data, yeah, no. It's just that he can't assess all of the data. But then he jumps off the cliff. Because right off the bat, Jeanson started bringing up these three papers that I'll be putting the linkages to. And one of them, right, the Hardwin and Touts 2013 is about substitution rates rather than he doesn't make a difference. Anyway, the clicker forward, so we'll find out what's going on here. What intrigued me about this chart is presumptions about what the mutation rate is, and then projecting how many mutations you would expect if young Earth creation were true, versus how many you would expect if organisms have been running on for millions of years. And then he looks at the actual mutations in these three papers. And first off, they're way more than what you should expect on the creationist model. So kind of like in playing field. Well, where is it? Stuff from Kamchatka and other places with various mice DNA that they can look at. So what if the 700,000 mutations Bear with me. I'm terribly sorry, gang, about how messy everything is. Jackson has disappeared completely. He was on a cell phone. I apologize totally. There will be a full description of the various technical papers and the stuff in the issues when I get the image up. The main point is that Jeanson misrepresents, I think, 3 different papers, and you can look them up and check them yourself to see what's going on as to whether or not they cast doubt upon mutation rates or lineages or anything else. So Jeanson is trying relating to organisms that are in the case of 2 years old, and there's only a few thousand mutations in there according to Jeanson. I think yeah, those things is about 1, 3, and then some follow. Um, has creationists done anything on that yet? Well, as it turns out, no, absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, regular science has moved on. So I'll be putting up a link to a 2024 paper from Kelly on station climate change adaptability that relies upon this particular fly paper as a benchmark. Then there's one from 2014 on climate change impact on niche specialists that also makes use of that they're particularly discussing flies. The point is the science keeps moving on, where all the creationists do is just get mired in a mess. A sidebar that Jack and I would have been discussing had the connection been good and his connection been good has to do with this 2020 paper that Jeanson did on the Paleo Indians that settled America. And as we know from the regular science, this is like a thing that's taking place 15, 20,000 years ago. In the creationist model, it has to be after the flood and even after the Tower of Babel, because they're speaking different languages from the Jews. So he has to ram this stuff down in a much different area. He had very few technical papers that he's relying on in that, and I'm going to be alluding to it in the new Rocks book. But along the way, he happened to decide that because he just rearranges the creationist model, and he then decides that this supports the idea of wants to kind of resurrect it. And it turns out there's some stuff that there's in Genesis. Yeah, I think we're in an absolute mess in here. We're getting connections issues. I'm only down to about 2. Yeah, at least make a little benchmark. I'll be able to put the links on with images coming up. We're just a mess trying to keep the signal value up high enough to be able to do much of anything. things are a little bit